Hey everybody, welcome to the video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Mike. You can see the sun coming up over the ridge. You guys saw the thumbnail. That's why you're here. That's what we're getting ready to go pick up. I do have a little bit of history on it and a very cool connection, a personal connection with this bell tower. So we'll talk about that a little bit later in the video as well. I just got done loading some stuff up at the barn. I got some come-alongs, ratchet straps. I even threw the log winch on here. It's a pain in the butt to use off the tractor, but I figured I'd bring it. Have some rough cut lumber, some posts. Never underestimate the value of simple physics and being able to roll something on some posts. I have a lot of concerns. One, can I get it on the trailer? Two, will it even fit on the trailer? Three, can we get it home? Can we get it off the trailer? There's a lot of things to address today. My anxiety level is through the roof. Do my best to keep it together for you guys. First things, I gotta go get some gas topped off down at the Derby Market. I gotta run past Home Depot, pick up a few other odds and ends. I'm just gonna meet you guys at the bell tower. We'll get some measurements. We'll give you a grand tour. So this is what we're after. This is an old bell tower off of Hebron Elementary School. I'm sure editing Mike will take care of us and put some dates in the text for you. I believe it was built in 1916, but don't quote me on that. The guy selling it said it's all old cypress wood, and you can see as far as the wood goes, it's really in pretty good shape. He was on the construction crew that removed it whenever they demolished the old Hebron School, and he brought it back, and you can see what he did. He knocked a bunch of the old louvers out, put a porch swing in it, made a little gazebo out of it, and that's kind of what we plan on doing with it short term. I got some stuff in here we need to get out. Looks like there's some electric running to it. We'll have to deal with that. We also need to get some measurements and see how high it is. Width we should be good on. If you're new to the channel, you might be thinking, this guy has a plan, this will be good. If you've been with us for a while, you know we're just making it up as we go. First things first, let's measure it and see how tall it is. That's kind of gonna determine how we approach this. I did say I had some cool personal connection to this though. My grandmother went to elementary school at Hebron Elementary years ago, obviously, which means this bell tower, now the bell's no longer in it, you saw that, but that means this bell tower housed the bell. They used to tell my grandma when school started, when recess started, when recess ended, all the things they used to communicate with bells. It was this one right here that used to tell my grandma all that when she was in elementary school, and I think that's pretty daggone cool. I will show you a little tip though. If you're trying to measure the height on something that's kind of awkward shaped, like an old bell tower, really easy and cheap way to measure it is just some PVC pipe. 13.6 is legal height on highway. The trailer ride, we're at 2 foot. So essentially, we'll cut a foot off of this. Whoa. And we'll just cut a little distance here. Let's just do this. Now they make measuring sticks if you heavy haul a lot. You guys have seen those probably in heavy haul channels. They make measuring sticks so you can measure how tall your load is. But if you don't haul very often and you're just kind of hauling that one off and you just want to double check your height, this is a pretty easy way to do it. So that's 11.3 to the top of that, which would put us 13.3 sitting on the trailer. And then this we can kind of swing over the top of the steeple and get to that center point. So it is in fact too tall. It's actually about 13 feet from there to there, but with the trailer being 2 foot off the ground, that puts us way too tall, about 15 feet, and I don't want to take out any power lines or phone lines primarily today. He's going to get a cart. He's actually home. He's going to get a cart. We're going to get all this stuff cleaned out. We'll go ahead and cut this power. He said that's dead. Oh. You want this in that cart too? Also make sure I'm putting stuff where you want it.
Yeah, just drop it in there.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think this is just, yeah, that's just loose in there.
I've been afraid of snakes on them.
Okay, so we're gonna have to lay it on its side. I know what you're thinking. How? I don't know yet. I have a feeling it involves that tree as an anchor. There's a septic field out in here apparently. That's why I don't make plans. What's the point of making plans? Is there like a secret Nicolas Cage hatch in here somewhere? No? I think it's all attached. I'm not 100% sure how well the top is attached to everything. We're getting ready to find out though. What am I doing? Something cool. That's what we're doing. This must have been the original hatch to get up in the thing. Should I take that off? I mean, I'm gonna have to if we were flipping it. What's living in here? Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to cut that line. Get my cable cutters. Now I did see a brown recluse already, so that's a good start. Let me get this cable out of the way. Okay. All right. Figured we'd have that issue, but that's okay.
I don't know. Oh, that's the way to go with it. Fence, wire,
That's it now. That'll be enough. Good way for me to be able to look back at some of this crazy stuff one day.
Yeah.
So I think I've got everything braced up the way I want. The idea is it sits down like a sled and we can pull it up on the trailer. We'll see if it works. Anyway, it's time to See if we can get the winch all rigged up. This will be the anchor tree. We're going to change the direction back there, probably try to anchor the winch. I mean, I may just try to leave it on the trailer. I don't know how much cable I have. Probably I'll find that out first. If I can just leave it on the trailer. Back to that, change the direction. We'll tie it off to this. And I'll have a come along on the front to pull it down. So hopefully by letting out on the winch and pulling down on the front to come along, we can carefully just tilt her forward. I'm sure it'll be just that easy. I'm sure we won't have any problems.
No, that's not what it was. That bottom side just takes the longest. That stuff goes fast. Now we'll see how this goes. That's why I used to hook it up to the tractor, but this is not the tractor. This is the truck. Okay. But I did bring my welding leads with me. I'm assuming we can make something like this work. The idea is pretty simple. We're going to use out on this cable to keep a little back tension on it and let it down. We'll use the come along to pull it forward and get it going the direction it needs to go. I don't know if it's going to work at all, but we're going to try. I'm going to get the strap slid up that tree just a little bit more. Let's try to get it up to there maybe. Centered on everything, looks good. Let's check everything. Oh, that's actually getting some tension on it now. That's great. Okay.
There we go. It's gonna go.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a sturdy dish.
I'll meet you guys tomorrow sometime. Like in the daylight probably would be most ideal. We still got it to do that party trick.
Here's what she looks like in the daylight. I don't know how well it showed up on that nighttime shot, but I just hooked a strap up to that end and up to this old hickory stump and just drove out from underneath it. Good news is though, we really didn't lose much. It looks like I might have smacked a limb at some point, knocked some louvers out, but that's not too big of a deal. Everything else held up pretty good. The next magic trick that we really have, the last thing on this, is get it stood upright. I am going to cut these off real quick. I left these on there for whenever we're pulling it over. You guys saw I didn't want to put that winch very high in that tree. One, I didn't want to pull the tree over, kind of unlikely, but more likely is breaking the top of that tree off, and that would have been pretty disastrous. So I left it kind of low, which put it at an awkward angle, which means the further over it leaned, the more it wanted, this side wanted to try to kick back. So I left these in so they'd kind of dig into the ground and try to keep this point fixed. It seemed to work okay. It was kind of a hope and a prayer as far as whether or not those 2x4s would break, but it seemed to work okay. Anyway, with the 120 here, we should have a little bit more control. And I need these off of there so it sits kind of flat here on the gravel area. take yourself a tour.
Oh God. Can I get in there? I'm scared.
I want to get in. Can I get in there?
No, let mommy do it before it falls apart.
Okay. Make sure it falls apart.
Oh, it's so sturdy.
Yeah, because it's super old. Is it safe? Is it safe?
I think so.
Why is it safe?
I don't know. Safe is a strong word.
Now this part, these all have to stay.
What? No, you don't. Whatever. I mean, it makes it feel nice and sturdy.
Yeah. It's pretty solid without them. I just did that for the transport, honestly, and for rolling it over, but.
What are you doing?
And there's no new movement, no new cracks in transport. It looks great.
I mean, it does.
I mean, even the bird nest.
Really survived the trip. Even the bird nest survived the trip.
Now I know the $1,000,000 question is going to be, what are we going to do with it? Short term, long term plans. Short term, we're going to pressure wash it off. We've already got the paint. We're going to go ahead and get a coat of paint on it before it gets too cold for that. And we're going to drag it down and sit it on a temporary foundation down by the pond. That's going to be short term. We're going to knock out one. This one's already out. 2, 3 sides that'll be open. And then we're going to make a bench seat that goes around that side that overlooks the pond. That'll be short term. Long term, I'm still trying to talk her into building a tower and putting it on top of a tower. I just think it'd be cool. That may be long term. That's going to be a long discussion, but I'm not giving up on it. I want to try. Either way, it's awesome. I don't know how many of you guys have 100-year-old bell towers for gazebos at your house that used to tell your grandma whenever recess was over or school was starting, but we do, and we are pretty excited about it. Now, there is a con to this. Paid $800 for it. It cost me about $300 to transport. That's the fuel that's using Mike's truck, and that's the lumber and everything to build the skid. That being said, that amount is pretty close to what we needed to pour the concrete floor at the YouTube yacht. So we're gonna have to push that off for another month, but I'm not even mad about it because this is, listen, these don't come along very often. They make concrete every day except Sunday, unless you have enough money for it. So I'm not even worried about it. As far as what's to come on the channel, 120's here, septic supplies are down there, and you know the septic tank is up at the barn. So the next thing, the next video you're gonna see is getting the 120 up here, getting the supplies rounded up, and I did a full service on the Traco. I just want to do a behind the scenes of all the work it takes to get excavation jobs going, like all the service, all the trucking, all that aspect of it. Anyway, and then septic install, and then probably getting this painted, and then back to the timber bridge to get it finished, and then I don't know. I'm just so distracted. I can't think straight right now. This thing is just awesome. Now I remember. Milling up all the timber for the chicken coop and goat barn. That's what's after that. That's definitely coming up because I got to get him his mill back. I think he wanted it back by the end of, it's October. We got some milling to do. We got a lot of work to do. Not a lot of time to do it in, but that's just kind of the theme. Anyway, that's enough rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think this is a super cool project. I'm super excited about it, and I hope you're enjoying the channel. I hope you're enjoying whatever it is you're doing today. I truly mean that. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. It's a 100-year-old bell tower that told my grandma when school started. Come on.